Welcome back to the mat. For today's flow, we're going to start off in child's pose. So if you are familiar with the pose, go ahead and get comfortable. If you're someone who knows that this is not comfortable for their ankles, grab a blanket or a pillow and play with having the blanket beneath your feet if your ankles are sensitive, or perhaps you'd like a little cushion at the back of your ankles. Some people like a little support here. Once you've found a comfortable shape, extend your hands above your head. And take a moment to settle here on the mat. Bring your awareness to the shape of your body, the sensation of warmth where your skin touches the rest of your body. Bring your awareness to the cool air caressing your skin. Take note of the way that your back body and your ribs move as you breathe in and out. With your next breath in, inhale for a count of 1, 2, 3, 4, and then hold for 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, and hold 1, 2, 3, 4. Breathe in and hold. Exhale and hold. Try to keep this contact with your breath, this awareness with your breath throughout practice today. Press your hands into the mat with long arms. Feel your elbows lift off the ground and your shoulder blades slide down your back. Gentle shoulder opening. If you'd like a little more, come up onto your fingertips. Walk your fingertips, your hands over to the right side of your mat, creating a side bend shape, a crescent moon shape towards the right. Breathe into the opening left ribs. And then walk your hands over to the left side of the mat. Breathe into the right side body. Bring your hands back to center and then come up to a seated position. This is a lot for your ankles. You can bring your toes onto the ground into more of a kneeling position. Inhale to roll your shoulders back. Exhale as you set them down. And then inhale, roll them forward. Exhale as you set them down. Breathe in, lift your arms up, put them wide like a cactus. Bring your palms to face the ceiling, and then send your hands back. Avoid allowing your front ribs to flare open. We're not looking for a back bending shape. We're gently opening up the shoulders. If it feels good for you, you can bring a little circular motion here as well. One more big breath. Place your hands down on the mat. Stack your shoulders over wrists, your hips over your knees. And then inhale, roll the shoulders back, send your heart forward, lift your sits bones toward the ceiling, look up. Exhale, round your spine, push the ground away. The belly draws in towards the spine. Inhale, send your heart forward, lift your hips. And exhale, round, empty out. Inhale, lift the right arm up, look up. And as you exhale, send your right hand underneath left arm. Bring your shoulder all the way down to the ground for a gentle twist. If you'd like a bit more, you can bring your left hand to the right hip. Find a sense of ease here, of trust. This doesn't have to be a lot of work. Left hand meets the mat. Push up, back to tabletop. Inhale, send your heart forward, look up. Exhale, round the spine. Breathe in, come to neutral, look forward. Inhale, lift the left hand up, look up. And exhale, left hand slides under right arm. Left shoulder and maybe ear come to the mat. Option to wrap the right hand around to meet the left hip. Bring the right hand down to the mat. Left hand meets the mat. And then sit your hips back. Flip your palms so that your fingertips face towards you and your wrists are facing away. And then peel your wrists off of the mat any amount. Looking for an opening sensation in your wrists, in your forearms. Feel free to bring some movement to your neck too. And then take your hands off, bring some movement to your fingers. Maybe you like to roll out your wrists, interlace your fingers, roll both hands. And then place the back of your hands on the mat, fingertips face towards you. You can bend your elbows, you can keep your arms straight. Play around a little bit and find an opening for you. Maybe you rock side to side. Interlace your fingers, roll your wrists. Give them a little shake. And then place your hands onto your mat. Tuck your toes, lift your hips, sit back into downward facing dog. Spread your fingers wide on the mat and put your weight into the entirety of your hands. Avoid dumping weight into your wrists. Create as long a shape as possible from your hands all the way up to your tailbone, all the way up to your hips. Heels can be off the ground or on it. Take a bend into your knees, send your sit bones a little bit higher. And then breathe into your back body. Walk your feet forward. Inhale, create a flat back. Exhale, bend the knees around the spine, fold. Inhale to roll up vertebrae by vertebrae, slowly stacking your spine. Inhale, lift up, look up. Exhale, fold forward. Get nice and heavy here at the bottom. Tummy meets thighs. Take a bend in the knees. Nod your head yes. Shake it no. If you found some movement that feels good here, go ahead and play for a couple breaths. With your next inhalation, bend the knees, roll up through the spine, one vertebrae at a time. Inhale, send the arms wide. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, find flat back. Exhale, plant your hands, step or hop back. Plank pose, shoulders stack over wrists, fingers are wide. Puff up the space between your shoulder blades. And then bend the elbows, lower down, chaturanga. Belly meets mat. Slide the shoulders back. Inhale, look forward, cobra pose. Legs are active, feet push into the mat, back body is engaged. Push into your hand, push through knees, and then tuck toes. Lift the hips, downward facing dog. Prioritize long arms and a long back over straight legs. Take as big a bend in the knees as you like. Come onto your toes if you like. One more long breath here. Look forward, step, hop, or spring to the top of your mat. Inhale, find flat back, long neck. Exhale and fold. Inhale, lift up, look up. Exhale, hands to heart center. One grounding breath. Inhale, look up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, find flat back. Plant your hands, exhale, step or hop. Plank pose. Hug elbows in towards the body. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, baby cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale. Roll over toes or push through knees. Lift your hips. Downward facing dog. enjoy some movement or stillness if that's what suits you. Look forward, bend the knees, step, hop, or spring. Inhale, look forward. Exhale and fold. Inhale, lift all the way up to standing. Exhale, hands to heart center. With your feet hip width apart or together. Take a bend in the knees, press your hands down to the mat, and then lift your arms up. Chair pose. Hands can be together or separated if you need a little space in your shoulders. Bring the weight into your heels, push into the outer edges of your feet. The legs are engaged, glutes are engaged, tummy is engaged. And then bring a little bounce in the hips for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Inhale, extend the legs. Exhale, unfold. Inhale, lift all the way up to standing. Bring your weight onto the left foot, lift the right leg hip height. And then as you exhale, send the right foot back. 2 options, either trace the ground if you want a little more stability and support, or extend the leg behind you without touching the ground. Find a long shape here in a warrior 3 type shape, or with a bent leg and right toe touching the ground. Either position, squeeze the shoulder blades together. Send energy out through all of your limbs. And then exhale, lower the right foot down, arriving in high lunge. Take a moment, make sure that your left knee is stacked over left ankle. Square off your hips to the front edge of the mat. So avoid opening the right hip here. We want both of our hip bones pointing forward. Inhale, lift arms above your head. And then bring a little pulsing here, opening up the right hip flexor for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Inhale, grab a little more length in your spine. Exhale, twist open to the left side of the room. Right fingertips face forward, left reach back. 1 long breath here, and then exhale. Send your left fingertips to the back of the right leg. Sweep your right fingertips behind you. And then exhale. Bring it all forward. Bring your weight into your left foot. See if you can slide the right foot forward. Inhale, look up. Exhale and fold. Bend the knees, tummy meets thighs. Nod your head, yes. Shake it now. Inhale, see if you can straighten your legs. Feel free to slide your hands up your shins if you like. Exhale and fold. If you have pretty open hamstrings, play with placing your hands on the ground or maybe even underneath your feet so your toes are up by your wrists. Wherever you are in your fold, as you inhale, send your sit bones higher. Get broad in your collarbones. And as you exhale, engage your stomach and use those muscles to pull you in closer as you fold. Let's that work. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, bend the knees, soften and fold. Push the ground away through your feet as you roll up, vertebrae by vertebrae. Inhale, lift your hands above your head. Exhale, place your hands on your hips. Bring your weight into your right foot. Left foot lifts to hip height. Two options: trace the ground behind you with your left foot, or send it up in space, arriving in a warrior three shape. Shoulder blades are magnetized toward each other. Fingertips and toes are sending out energy. Take a bend in the right foot and the right knee, landing in high lunge. Right knee stacks over right ankle. Left ankle stacks over left toes. Legs are engaged and strong. Hips are pointed forward. Inhale, find a little more length here. Exhale, push the ground away. Bring a little bounce for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, twist open. Right hand reaches back, left hand reaches forward. Allow your right hand to drape back, finding the left leg maybe. Left fingertips reach back as well. Inhale. Bring arms back out in front of you. Bring your weight into your right foot and slide the left forward. Inhale, reach up. Exhale and fold. Inhale, find flat back. Exhale, plant the palms. Step or hop back. From plank pose, hug elbows in, lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, baby cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale. Send the hips back, downward facing dog. Look forward, step, hop, or jump. Inhale, find flat back. Exhale, and fold. Inhale, lift all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Bring your feet together at the top of the mat. Lift up all of your toes, spread them wide, set them back down. Breathe in, sweep the hands down to the ground, and then lift them up. Chair pose. Bring your hands to heart center, and then add a twist open to the right. You have options here. Left hand comes to outer right knee. Right hand comes to your lower back. And you twist open. Now here, ensure that one hip isn't jetting out to the side. You can look at your knees. You want your knees to be even. You want to feel that your hips are even. You can also hook left elbow to the outside of right knee. And twist. See if you can sit your hips down a little more. Inhale, straighten your legs. Look forward. Exhale and fold. Set your fingertips down. Slide the left leg back. Lower down. Low lunge. Inhale, sweep your hands high. Exhale, twist open to the right. Again, you can place your elbow to the outside of your right leg, hands come to the lower back, or hook the left elbow, bring your hands into prayer. Maybe you lift up the left leg, low lunge with a twist. If this is a shape you're familiar with, maybe you lower your left hand, maybe you reach for the bind. Remember, falling in and out is good. It means you're trying as hard as you can. Wherever you are, slowly unravel. Place your hands back onto the mat. Rock your hips backward. Straighten the front leg. Toes point toward the ceiling. If you have them, use some blocks, maybe the edge of your sofa. Create as flat a back, as long a spine here as you can, and you'll feel the stretch in the back right leg increase. Breathe into the opening sensation. Find a sense of comfort in this maybe uncomfortable position. And then walk your hands forward, rock your weight forward, coming back to low lunge. Maybe you lift the hands, maybe you don't. If you do, inhale, send the heart forward. Maybe you grab a little back bend. And then exhale, sweep the hands back to the ground, push the hips back, front leg straightens, half Hanumasana. From here, let's play with the spine shape. Inhale, long spine, broad shoulders. Exhale, roll it forward, bow down. Inhale, lift up, look up. Exhale, roll forward. One more time. Rock your weight forward, coming into low lunge, and then bring both of your hands to the inside of the right foot. For lizard pose, you can leave the back knee on the ground, or you can lift it up. Bring a very gentle forward and backward motion here, just lubricating the hip joints to avoid stressing your wrists. Fan open your fingers and bring your weight onto the rest of your hand. Don't just dump into your wrist here. If this is feeling good and you'd like a little more, come onto the outside edge of the back foot. Come to the edges, outside edges of both feet. And then maybe you gently push open the right knee as you look backward. Bring it all back to center. Plant both hands and then either heel toe the back foot in or step it all the way up to the top of your mat. Landing in Malasana, yogi squat. If this is quite a lot for you and your knees, your heels are lifted, grab a block or a stool so that you can put your feet down and sit comfortably. Wherever you are, push your elbows into your knees and then push your knees back into your elbows. Keep as long a spine as possible. Keep as broad collarbones as possible. If you're someone with a slow digestive system, revisit this posture. push into your feet. Use the strength and power of your legs to lift you all the way up to standing. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, bring your hands to heart center. Heel toe your feet in to touching. Lift your toes. Spread them out and drop them down. And then reach down, sit down. Quick chair pose. Bring your hands to heart center. And then find your variation for prayer twist. Ensure that your knees are in line with each other. Your hips are in line with each other. Set your hips down a little more if you can. And find some length in your spine. Bring your torso back to neutral. Exhale, fold. Plant your hands down on the mat. Step the right foot back. Tap down the right knee. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, twist to the left. Find your variation. Maybe you hook the right elbow. Maybe you lift your back knee. Maybe not. Whatever your variation today, enjoy the space you're creating in your rib cage, in your spinal column. Gently unravel. Place your hands back onto the mat. Drop the back knee if it was lifted. Inhale. Lift your arms. Bring your elbows wide like a cactus. Hands face the ceiling as if you're serving dinner plates. And then send your fingertips back for a shoulder opening. And a little back bend. Legs are engaged, core is engaged. And then wave forward. Place your hands down on the mat. Straighten the front leg, send the hips back for half Hanumasana, second side. Bend the front knee. Inhale, lift the arms. Coming back to low lunge. Exhale, place the hands down. Straighten the front leg. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, bow it forward. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, and fold. Wave your weight forward. Walk the left foot out. Both hands sit inside of the left leg. Option to lift the right knee off the ground and bring a little forward and backward motion here. Very gently, very mindfully. And then come to the outer edges of your feet. Bring a little twist to the spine. Send the left knee away if that's available today as you look back. Bring your torso back toward the mat. Lift up the back foot, back knee, and then heel toe it or step it all the way to the top of the mat. Sitting down into Malasana. Grab some props if you need it. Maybe a folded blanket or a dense pillow. If it's available for you today, bring right fingertips down to the ground. Right knee pushes into right shoulder. Inhale, lift the left fingertips up. Option to take the bind here if it's in your practice. And then sweep it to the other side. Left fingertips meet the floor. Right hand lifts. Bring your hands back to center. Push the ground away as you lift up. Inhale, look up. Exhale, pull your hands to heart center. Heel toe your feet back in. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, find flat back. Plant your hands, step, jump, or hop. Plank pose, lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, lift up, upward facing dog. Exhale. Send your hips back. Downward facing dog. Arms are extended, they're active. Gaze is soft, neck is soft. Release your jaw, release your eyebrows. Look forward between your hands, step, hop, or jump to the top of your mat. Inhale, find flat back. Exhale and fold. Inhale, lift all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Bring your weight onto your left foot. Lift your right foot, right knee high. Bring left hand to right knee. Send right fingertips back for a gentle twist. Bring your gaze and your hands back out in front of you. Send the right foot long on the mat. Landing in warrior two. Left knee stacks over left ankle. Shoulders and rib cage are stacked over your pelvis. Arms are strong, gaze is steady. Flip your front hand, send the left hand back as you extend the left leg. And then exhale, send the right hip back as much as possible as your left fingertips reach forward. And then lower down left hand, lift up through your right hand for triangle pose. Find a block or some assistance here if this is quite a bit for your core. And bring your awareness to this gentle twist happening here in the spine. Can you look up toward the ceiling? And then exhale, bring your hands down to meet blocks or the mat. Square your hips off toward the front of the room. Exhale. Bow forward. Pyramid pose. Place your hands down on the mat and then see if you can slide the left foot back, long behind you, landing in three-legged dog. From here, either place both feet down, take a walk forward, take a hop forward, or if you're interested in exploring inversions, this is a beautiful shape to start from. Hop the right foot in a little bit, and then think about sending your left toes very, very high all the way up to the ceiling. You take a bend in the right leg, and then hop on up. Inhale, find flat back. Exhale and fold. Inhale, roll all the way up. Lift arms up. Exhale. Hands to heart center. From the top of your mat, bring your weight into your right foot. Left knee lifts up, hip height. Right hand comes to left knee. Left fingertips reach back. Then bring your hands back forward. Exhale, lower down the left foot. Send it long on the mat behind you, arriving in Warrior Two. Ensure that your right ankle is lined up to the middle of the left foot. If this is a lot for your left hip, you can turn your toes in, take a little pressure off of that joint. Stack the right knee over right ankle. Inhale, send your arms long. One more long breath here. And then straighten the front leg. Flip the palm, send right fingertips back. Maybe step in the left foot and then send left hip back. Right fingertips fold forward until you're at the extent of your extension. Lower right hand down anywhere on the leg, a block or the ground. Find that twist sensation in triangle pose as you look up toward the ceiling. Avoid allowing your back to sway or your bum to jet out. In triangle pose, we try to keep everything in one straight, slim plane. So our hips and shoulders are in line with each other. Exhale, bring your hands to a block or to the ground. Square your hips off to the front of the mat, arriving in pyramid legs. And then exhale, bow forward. Place your hands onto the mat. And then send the right foot back any way that works for you, ending up in a three-legged dog shape. From here, you can step or hop to the top, or take a little hop in and then play with a handstand shape. Inhale, find flat back. Exhale and fold. Inhale, lift all the way up to standing. Exhale, hands to heart center. Come to the top of your mat and then turn around looking backward. Feet are hip width apart. Inhale, get nice and tall. Step forward with the left foot. Pick the right foot up. Bring the right foot anywhere onto the left, inside of the left leg for tree pose. Once you've found your balance, once you've steadied your drishti, so find a place in the room to look at, a solid fixed place, and then fix your gaze on it. It's your steadying point. Once you've found that, engage the very center of your right butt cheek, and then push it forward. Feel your right knee open up an external rotation. Take any variation with your arms that suits you today. And then exhale, bring the right knee forward, lower it down to the ground. Inhale as you step onto the right leg, roll your shoulders back, tip your heart forward any amount for toppling tree. Take a bend in the right leg, lift up. Inhale, lift your shoulders. Exhale, roll them back. Step onto the left foot, bend the right knee, pick up right foot. Magnetize your knees toward each other, feel your glutes engage. Roll your shoulders back, hug your shoulder blades together for dancer's pose. Option to lift left arm and to kick right foot into right hand. Kicking back and up, back and up, back and up. Any amount. And then exhale. Slowly leave the pose. Inhale, roll your shoulders up. Exhale, send them back. Shake out your legs if you need. Roll out your ankles if that is what your body is asking for. And then come to the back of the mat, look forward. Step onto your right foot. Left foot finds a comfortable spot anywhere on the inside of the right leg. Maybe your toes are touching the ground. Maybe they're just off. Keep pushing the ground away to grow taller. Your standing leg is engaged, your glutes are engaged, and your core hugs in to support this balance too. And then find the center of the left glute, push it forward for more external rotation in the left hip joint. Exhale. Bring your knee forward, set it down. Step on to the left foot. Send your heart forward. Engage your legs, engage your glutes. Magnetize your shoulder blades together. Lean forward for toppling tree. Exhale to leave the pose. Inhale, shrug your shoulders up. Exhale, drop them back. Step onto the right foot. Bend the left knee, catch it with the left fingers. Hug knees in together, engage the glutes. And this right here is dancer's pose. So you don't need to incorporate more of a back bend if it's not available today. If it is, kick into the left hand before sending your heart forward. kick back and up until that motion with the left foot is what starts to tip you forward. And then exhale, slowly leave the pose. Inhale, bring your shoulders up and drop them back as you exhale. Inhale, lift up, look up. Exhale, fold forward. Bend your knees, let your tummy meet thighs. Nod your head, yes. Shake it, no, thank you. Inhale, find flat back. Exhale and fold. Plant your hands onto the mat. Step one foot back and then the other. Come to high plank. Puff up the space between your shoulder blades. Going to do just a little light core work here. See if you can bring your weight onto your left side as you touch your right hand to left shoulder. And then try it on the opposite side. If this is not available today, tap down the right knee. And again, from one side to the other. Try to stabilize your torso as much as possible. And then roll onto the left hand, left side. Tap down the right foot if you'd like a little support today. And from this shape, or with both feet stacked, send right fingertips down and around, torso twists toward the ground. Inhale, unfurl. Exhale, twist. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, twist. Come back to a neutral plank position. Roll onto the right side. Left hand lifts. Exhale. Roll it forward. Inhale, lift. Coming back to plank. Option to take a little belly shavasana, or if you'd like some more, tap right toes to left ankle, left toes to right ankle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Well done. From knees or toes, hug your elbows in, lower all the way down nice and slowly. Right onto your belly. Make a diamond shape with your hands and lay your forehead down in it for a little rest. Enjoy 3 more breaths that are all your own. Okay, peel your forehead up off the mat. And then bring your arms wide out beside you. Palms are just off the mat. Come up to fingertips. Send your elbows toward the ceiling. And then lift your heart first. And then unfurl your neck, look up. Exhale, lower your torso back down. Inhale, peel the heart off. Roll up through your neck, look up. Exhale, set it down. Push the ground away firmly with your toes. Engage your legs to support the rest of your body in this movement. 2 more rolls.
Place your head on the mat. Relax your legs. Relax your torso. Enjoy a couple of breaths. And then lift your head once again. Send your arms out in front of you, extend your legs. All four limbs are lifted off of the ground. Face your mat if you can. Keep your neck nice and long. Now we're going to do swimmers. So left, right hand and left foot up. Set them down. Inhale, left arm, right leg. Set them down. Move your limbs with your breath. Inhale, lift. Exhale, set them down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, set them down. Last one, lift all four limbs. Lift them up just a little more. And exhale, slowly, slowly, slowly set them all down. Release your head to the ground. Release your ankles to the sides. One more shape here on our bellies. Bring your feet together, long on the mat behind you. Interlace your fingertips behind your back, or grab a towel or a strap if your hands don't meet. And then send your fingers long toward your heels. Lift your arms off of the back body. Exhale, lift the legs up. Keep your neck nice and long, gazes down at the mat. For locust pose. Spine strengthening. How full can you make your breath here? One more long exhale. See if you can lift your toes a little higher off the mat. And then set it down. Take a quick belly shavasana here if you like, or option for bow pose. Bring your heels in towards your glutes. Send your hands back to grab your heels or your toes, the outside of your feet. Inhale, lift legs up. Lift heart, lift hands, kick back and up. Exhale, slowly lower down. Release the pose. You can bend your knees and send your feet from side to side for a little lower back massage. Now when you're ready, lift your chest. Bring your right hand wide on the mat in a cactus arm shape. And then roll onto the right side body, looking for an opening sensation in your right shoulder. Tip your left foot back any amount. Maybe you stack your hips. Maybe you send your left toes out behind you. But the focus here really is about the opening sensation in the right shoulder. You can also send your left hand behind you if you want a little more. And then roll back onto your front body. Left hand reaches wide like a cactus. Roll onto left side body. It's a little tricky with my mic back. Remember, you're always in charge of your own body, how much stretch you want. If it's a little much, you can ease off. It's your practice, your body, your joy. Come back onto your stomach. We're going to play with a half frog shape. So bend your right knee and keep it in line with your hips. So you don't want it too high, you don't want it too low, or you won't get the stretch properly. Take a flex in the right foot as well. If you need a little support here, try grabbing a blanket or maybe a block and play with the placement along the thigh to give you a little support here. If you have a bolster at home, maybe you can lay down on that just to make this as comfortable as you need. If you're not feeling much, then go ahead and add the second leg. And if neither of those options are for you, roll onto your back. And try one leg at a time, crossing over one ankle over the opposite thigh. And then work on bringing that leg closer to you. If you're practicing one leg at a time, go ahead and switch it up. And whatever shape you've been in, let's all meet on our backs. Hug your knees in towards your chest. Round your spine. And then set your head back down on the ground. Trace a U shape with your hips on the ground. Rock them back and forth. Nice little back massage here for you. And then open your knees. Send your hands between them and grab your feet from the outside edge. And then with your palm of your feet facing the ceiling, gently encourage your knees toward the ground, toward your armpits, as you try to keep the entirety of your spine from your hips to your skull long on the ground. It looks like a passive pose, but it's actually quite active. One last hip opening for you. Some people like to bring a little movement. I like to ease off of the opening and just enjoy some massage-like quality.
You've got quite a bit of space here. Some people like to flip their hands and extend their legs. And then release your feet. Bring the soles of the feet together for Supta Baddha Konasana. If this feels like a lot for your hip joint, find some blocks or some blankets or pillows. Give yourself a little support here. As we wind down our practice, bring your attention back to your breath. What parts of your body rise and fall? What parts of your face are still holding tension? What parts have managed to release through this practice? Bring your knees back in together. Palms of the feet are on the ground. And then scooch your hips off to one side. I'm going to scooch mine to the left side. Keep your hips in line with your skull, so you have a nice straight line instead of your hips being out to one side or the other. And then send your gaze in the opposite direction of your knees. Some people like a blanket or a block between their knees here. If you'd like a little more twist, cross your legs in a Garandasana, eagle pose shape. If you like even a little more than that, reach left hand to right toes. Right hand is on left knee. And the goal here in this shape is to have both knees on the ground and both shoulders on the ground. Quite a big twist for most people. But this is the end of our practice. And if you want this shape to be just about feeling good, go ahead. Then bring your back down onto the mat. Send your hips in the opposite direction. Knees fall to the opposite direction. Open your arms wide and gaze over the other shoulder. Gently release the twist. Bring your back body to the ground. If your space is cold, maybe you want a blanket. My space is pretty chilly. Go ahead and find a comfortable position for a last pose, Shavasana. Traditionally, it's practiced on your back with your legs, your hips, your feet hip width apart or wider, and your arms extended, palms facing up. Maybe you scoop your shoulder blades under your back body. Feel your heart open slightly with that shift. Close your eyes. Allow yourself to get heavy. Become an observer of your breath. Relax your eyebrows, the muscles around your eyes, your cheeks, your tongue, your ears, your jaw. How heavy can you allow yourself? How much control can you release? How comfortable can you be? Just being. No goals, no to-dos. Just heaviness and a natural breath. I'm going to stay here for a few more breaths, but if it's your time to leave, thank you so much for joining me. I hope to share time with you again. Namaste. When you're ready, roll onto your right side body. Coming into a fetal position. Slowly push your way up. Thank you so much for sharing some of your day with me. Namaste.